Yo, it's your boy Joe, come to tell you to watch my video today. Maybe we can add something to it every single time, and then we'll just at one point we'll have the intro be the whole video. It'll be like 4 minutes, just me saying more words. I'll have to write it all down. Anyway, so let's get right into all this news that we have, starting with of course the stuff that we need. We need our trusty tablet for because it's getting low on batteries, so I wanted to do that first, just in case we might not be able to do it later. Anyway, so even though we finished with 2PM's teaser photos, we finished with Red Velvet's teaser photos, I did forget about something that is Apink's teaser photos. So we've got some more for member Yoonji, I believe. So there we go. There's hers. Yeah, it is Yoonji. I know who it is. I just want to make sure that the name, because I'm not great with some of their names. Yeah, I probably get half of them right and half of them wrong. And it's like, hey, this guy's name is Mark. I'm like, okay, that's pretty easy. Here's yeah. Anyway, these are both probably my favorites in the group. There's one. And here's another one where she doesn't really look like herself, how she usually looks. I'll zoom in. Or not zoom in, but here, maybe you can see the details better. I don't know. Anyway, so those are the teaser photos. So now let's get into the stories. So of course, it might have been better to save one of yesterday's stories for today, and that was the Black Lightning one, because we have an update for that story right after we covered the other one. So it has now, I guess, fully gone to series, and I do think this is going to happen at this point. It is going to be at Fox, not the CW, even though Greg Berlanti is connected with it. He is an executive producer along with Sarah Chester. So he is an executive producer on it, but it's going to be at Fox, just like the show Gotham. And so yeah, so Black Lightning will be there, and it will be written by Salim and Mara Brock Akil, I believe. So yeah, so look forward to that being on Fox. That's interesting. We had one on CBS at one point. I don't feel like CBS is going to have any more superhero shows. I feel like they tried Supergirl. It didn't necessarily work out for them. So they were like, yeah, we'll give it to CW. And then NBC has Powerless coming up. They had Constantine before. And of course Fox has had some. And then ABC is basically where Marvel throws their shows. So we've pretty much got comic book shows on all those networks, which is really cool. So that'll be fun to watch stuff and see Black Lightning. So that'll be cool. He'll probably become way more mainstream. Anyway, the next thing is that some really big news dropped today. Jeff Johns confirmed that Joe Manganiello, I probably say his name wrong, but it's too long. That's again, if it's long and it has a lot of different weird stuff in it, you're not going to be able to say it right. It's just like, Joe, that's easy. Manganiello, it's like Manganiello. Like, you tell me how to say it. Come on. I bet you couldn't do better. Anyway, he is Deathstroke. He is confirmed as Deathstroke. He was rumored a lot to be Deathstroke, and so I thought, I'm not super surprised by it, but it's cool to, hear that he is confirmed as being Deathstroke. And the source for this is the Wall Street Journal. That was where Jeff Johns was being interviewed by them or talking to them, and he said that. So also he said that they are trying to do better and trying to be as good to the characters as they should be, and try not to mess them up or anything. And another fact is that I believe he did confirm that he will be in the solo Batman movie, but he did not say anything about Justice League. So right now we know he's in. Joe Manganiello is going to be Deathstroke in the Batman movie, at least, if not in more movies. So kind of along with that, kind of talking about Justice League, actually, is that, of course, in Batman vs. Superman, Batman was very brutal, and some would even say that he killed some people, although it's kind of up in the air, kind of. I mean, you didn't see anybody, like, literally die, but that doesn't mean that they're not dead, so it's a bit of a weird thing. But anyway, in Justice League, they will apparently address this, or Batman will have some remorse about doing those things, dragging a car along and smashing it into another car. So, yeah. Maybe they'll be able to fix that, and that will be one of those type of things. Who knows? But, at least they'll do something about it, and hopefully that will help the character be more like the character in the comics who doesn't kill, basically, or use guns. So, before we get to our big story at the end, which is just for an hour, I've been just I was so surprised. I did not see this coming at all in a million years, and I'm kind of scared about it, but it could mean good things depending on who you are. Anyway, before that though, a K-pop group might be having a comeback very, very soon in September, and that is shabet. They came back in January, and that was my first comeback of them after they lost like 2 or 3 members. I liked the comeback. I thought it was very good. So apparently they were supposed to be coming back in like June or July, but the comeback got delayed. I don't know why it got delayed, but now it's being reported that they're coming back in September, although I feel like it's a source that it's more of like a rumor, or it was by an insider or something. So I'm not, this might not be true, but with all this stuff, it seems like it very well could be. If they weren't already said that, if they hadn't already said that they delayed the comeback, then I might have been a bit more like, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like it is. So we'll probably be seeing some teasers from them soon, or something along those lines. So getting to the big story. In anime news, of course, the 2 biggest publishers, or not publishers, but licensors for US, Canada, UK, and stuff, are Funimation and Crunchyroll, and they're basically the big 2 of the licensors. If you're watching anime, you're probably watching it on one of those 2 sites, if you're a good person. Anyway, they are now teaming up in a crazy move, and they're teaming up, and they're going to kind of just help each other, kind of. It's love stuff. So let's talk about it. So they're teaming up. Before, they would always kind of fight over which shows they got. Now it's kind of like all the best shows will be everywhere, just in different formats. So Funimation, of course, famous for their dubs and stuff, so they will be dubbing everything, even stuff that was on Crunchyroll, like Mob Psycho 100 or Orange, which don't have a dub yet. At least they are going to be dubbed by Funimation, confirmed. So they will be doing that, and so they will have a lot more dubbed shows, and they will be covering basically all dubbed shows. And then Crunchyroll will be getting a lot of their sub content, which is subtitled. So it will have Japanese audio, but it will be subtitled so you can understand it. That will all be on Crunchyroll, or you can get it there. So Funimation's subscription service has gone down a bit because they're not having a sub-only subscription service anymore, since they will be not having as much or any. I'm not sure, because this was literally announced today, but not just today, but pretty recently. We don't have a whole lot of information on that, and that is the biggest part for me. That is very, very scary, and I'll talk about it in a second. But anyway, so their subscription service will be priced slightly lower because they will only have one now. So also Funimation Now is going to finally be implemented, and the site will be totally updated and new, I feel like, in October, and we'll hopefully get some cool stuff. Of course, Funimation, the site had some problems, such as there were being weird stuff, especially with the pages, that you try to click another page and it would just take you to the same page or something, or it would take you to a page that wasn't there, and it was like, well, why did you make it? I don't get it. It was very confusing. So hopefully they fix some of the issues that they have with the site and make it easier to buy stuff, really, on their site. But yeah, so they're basically going to be together, and we're going to get dubs for shows that we didn't think we'd ever get dubs for. Also, Funimation will be covering all of Crunchyroll's shows that they are going to be putting on DVD. So at Anime Expo earlier this year, Crunchyroll announced that they are going to be releasing a ton, not a ton, but a good amount of shows from the current seasons and stuff on DVD. And so everybody's like, wow, okay, they're getting into this. But it seems like now that it's more like Crunchyroll is kind of making that, but it's really Funimation that's going to still be doing all of the home video and DVD and Blu-ray stuff. And that is going to be both dubbed and subbed. It won't only be one. You won't be like, oh, you want the dubbed one? Well, you have to pay more for that or something like that. No. It's gonna be both together. So that's probably going to be the best way to get all the shows. But of course, you might be asking, well, what do you want? You basically have to choose your side now when you're watching shows, because I'm guessing maybe they're gonna have to get really good and be starting to dub shows after the first episode comes out, because right now they're dubbing them like after 5 episodes have come out or something, so they are behind on them by a good little bit. Funimation is. So if they don't have any subbed version of the show that you can watch, then they should probably start dubbing it a lot earlier so you can watch it dubbed. Of course, dubbed before it's dubbed on the DVD. But Crunchyroll seems like they are going to be basically getting the big deal out of this, at least for some people. Now, the people with subscriptions and with money and with some money, it's not super like hard to get, but it kind of is. Anyway, basically, you can get both for a pretty cheap price and get everything you want still. The thing is that, do you want dubbed or sub? You can just choose either one and you can get that. But what about the people who don't have subscriptions to either service like I do? I watch a lot of anime legally on Funimation, but unfortunately Crunchyroll's video player doesn't work on the device I have, and so I literally cannot watch anything that they have on their site. So if they're moving everything that's free, everything that you can watch subbed, over to Crunchyroll, I basically won't be able to watch anything legally, which will not be good for me, because I really liked Funimation. They had whole shows that you could watch the whole show dubbed and subbed. You could choose whatever you wanted. You could watch it all for free. It's all cool, and it's all legal. They've set it up there. They could have it where you have to pay, but they said no, and it's usually for shows that maybe aren't as popular or older, but there still might be cool shows. So now, apparently, those are all going to be gone. They're going to be on Crunchyroll, where I won't be able to watch them, and that's about it. Also, I won't be able to watch any new shows, because those will be on Crunchyroll as well. So I might not be able to watch anything on these two sites, because I can't use Crunchyroll because the video player doesn't work. Funimation's does work, but if they only have dubbed stuff that you have to pay for, then their whole site is basically there's nothing there, and that's the thing where we're going to have to see how much they have left, because in their press release or whatever for it, they talk about a little bit how they still have, there will be some stuff that you can get in a account or whatever, and you can watch certain videos, but of course, what are those videos going to be if you don't have any sub content? Which the sub content was the most important thing is One Piece, which I was watching totally subbed on Funimation's website. I've watched the majority of the show, like 400 episodes basically, on Funimation's website. So will I not be able to watch that anymore? Who knows? You have to watch it on Crunchyroll. Well, that's fine, right? Crunchyroll's free, yeah, if you've got the video player, which I can't. I literally can't. So can't watch it. Too bad. So if Crunchyroll fixed their video player to not Adobe, then I would probably love this, because it would, it would just be cool. But because of this, I might not be able to watch anything anymore. So I'm about sad. I mean, like, I'm not necessarily like helping the anime industry move along with all my heaps of cash and stuff, but being able to watch it on a legal site for free still did feel like a cool thing. Now it's not gonna mean anything anymore because I can't do it. So yeah, I really hope that they fix that somehow, and they still have some subbed shows that you can watch for free on Funimation, because I'd like to watch those shows. But yeah, for everything else, for shows like that were on Crunchyroll to get dubbed, and home video releases and stuff that they might not otherwise get, I'm not sure. They might have gotten them from Sentai, because that was the like, they were kind of like Funimation, but for Crunchyroll. They just put everything on DVD and Blu-ray and sold it, and that's how you can get a ton of the shows. But now we'll probably be getting them through Funimation. So there's changes. I mean, there's good stuff. There's good stuff, I think. But you know, I really hope I can still watch stuff. Something. At least the currently airing shows I would like to watch subbed on Funimation still. So hopefully they can find a way to keep that going, because that was basically why I really do love Funimation, because of that. So if they take that away, then I might not go there at all. There's literally no reason to go there anymore. So yeah. So I'll see you later, and it's go time.